We got a few things to talk about before we get to the Yeat album listening party, plus Pierre Bourne. Might get to Don Toliver, but it depends on like how I'm feeling, because I got work in the morning, and like I don't know, Don Toliver's more of a vibe where it's not with the boys. Like I gotta listen to that with my girl low key, because he on the singing Bolshevik. Now anyway, so as we were saying, Drake claims, or he's about to do an interview with Lil Yachty, and it seems like he's trying to say that he's exiting the game or leaving, retiring. Now, a lot of rappers say this, like Jay-Z. I don't know if Jay-Z actually ever said it, but a lot of rappers say they're retiring, but not at the same level as Drake. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like 50 Cent that he's retiring to. I don't know. I haven't been like that in tune with the rap game to witness a bunch of top tier rappers say that they're going to retire. I think it's in rappers' best interest to never say they're going to retire, so that it still leaves open like the possibility they can come back and nobody really will say anything to you. And there's always that anticipation for you to drop that next project. It's like Frank Ocean. He very well could be retired, but his fans still think that he's gonna perform and come out and drop a project ever so often, when in all reality he's legit dropping rings for your Peenster. But anyway, as we were saying, let's watch this clip first, and then respond.
I think I'm at the point now where I just want to I feel like maybe we talked about this the other day, but I feel like I'm kind of introducing the concept in my mind of a graceful exit.
A graceful exit. So we've talked about this with a lot of rappers who've fallen off, wherein they almost try too hard to stay relevant or stay on, and it's like when you're past your moment, like of course there's always going to be times where not always, sorry, like some artists are capable, if they're talented enough, to recatch their flame. Like Soulja Boy's done it multiple times. I can't think of any other examples, but it's definitely happened. So, but with Drake, he's literally been the top of the game, king of streaming essentially of this era, the past 2 decades. Probably the 2010s and early 2000s was still Lil Wayne. Early 2010s was still Lil Wayne, especially with like the features. But Drake really took over, let's say 2010 decade, and then into 2020. So he'll go down as a legend. He's a GOAT. He's basically the number one streaming artist. He's the most streamed artist, I believe, other than maybe like Bad Bunny. But if we're talking hip hop, Drake's number one. There are other people such as like the Beatles and whatnot, but like it's different because they sold physical copies. So it's hard to equate because there's like a weird 1,500 streams per album and whatnot, 150 for singles, but regardless. So Drake, I don't think he really needs to prove anything really. People are saying Logic retired and came back. True. And Vuyo doesn't think Drake will retire. I think he might. I think he said in like a show, like while he's performing, that he might do one more project or something this year. So I don't think he's retiring just yet, but he's thinking of the idea of a graceful exit before he falls off. Because imagine a world where Drake, I thought it was going to happen the past couple of projects after Scorpion. I was like, there are some hit songs on here, like, but those are jingles and I don't really care for that. I wanted some old Drake where it had some deep cuts on the project, but Her Loss actually came back and it was basically his own album. 21 Savage was just a feature on a lot of the songs and he really killed it. The Honestly Nevermind, he was experimenting with new sounds and whatnot. I think he might just be getting bored of making the same pop rap type music all the time. So maybe that's why. And then he's executive producing Euphoria, probably among other things, business ventures. Lil Yachty did say that he's a billionaire. I think he hinted at it. So like he's probably on some bigger moves than just doing album left and right. He's, you've seen the courts he got at home. Plus, he got a son, so he's got other things to worry about. R&B Drake, though, yeah, he could do that as well. I I just don't know if he has really anything to prove. He's been at the top for so long. Like, I would assume it gets boring, because at this point he's just putting on other people. I think what he should do is start a label and then continue his legacy on like that, just like Lil Wayne did with him. But I know he already has a label, OVO, but like low-key his artist ain't all that. Like he's still the top artist on there. He hasn't really passed the torch. Like, what is he gonna do, make Smiley the next king of streaming? Like, nah. And he's got Party Next Door, which is a fire artist, but like he's in his own little lane of like R&B type slower stuff. He's not gonna take over. So do I think Uzi's dropping tonight? No. If he was gonna drop, he was gonna be on the Yeet album, but he was not on Better Off. But anyway, what do y'all think, or who do y'all think will be the next king of streaming? Because I saw some comments on Twitter. I wanted to see what y'all thought. I think it will be, I don't know if anyone could, at least in this generation, replace Drake with what he was doing with, I think with views, he actually sold over 1 million first week or very close to it. You're saying Ice Spice? She passed Trippie Redd. At this point, she's passing everybody. I don't think she's going to catch up to Uzi, though, because Uzi's got 2 big hits right now with Watch This and Just Wanna Rock. Even though Ice Spice is climbing up, too, because she's got a hit with Pink Pantheress, which, you know, I'm not too fond of, but hey, numbers are numbers. Youngboy. So I was thinking about that. Yes, if you go down, like, who's actually getting hella streams, Youngboy is, but I don't think that he hits the same wide mainstream appeal that Drake does. Like, yeah, he's got a huge fan base, and no hate towards him, but Drake is singing on the track. He has like a female audience. He's got like parents. He's got like all generations. He can apply to the kids and older people because he's a little bit older. Whereas Youngboy, I'm sorry, but he's like more street. My dad or my mom is not gonna listen to him. I'm sorry, it's just not. Even if he is stopping the violence, I think Travis Scott could maybe fill those shoes partially, but again, I don't think wholly. I don't think Uzi can fulfill Drake's shoes completely either, because he's like a little bit more experimental. Whereas Drake, like every single time he released a project, it's like it has to hit, and it kind of always has the same vibe to it. I know he did Honestly Nevermind and Her Loss, but like there's a reason it's pop rap. Like it conforms to like the most popular. Kendrick and J. Cole are also retiring basically, or J. Cole, he's dropping The Fall Off, so that is his last project. At least that's what he said or has been alluding to. Travis Scott, I think Travis is a huge brand, and you know he's dated like arguably one of the most famous women in the world, Kylie Jenner, and he's associated with the Kardashians, the most famous, arguably the most famous family in the world, at least when it comes to females and plastic surgery and whatnot, and you know, big old booties, tig old booty, no, big old you know what I'm saying. But I feel like he doesn't really take music as seriously as Drake. Like, when's the last time he dropped? 2018 with Astroworld, maybe a couple singles in between, but I think he needs to drop more consistently to get to the Drake status and hop on more features like Drake does. Like, Drake is a true artist in the sense that like I think he's in it for the love of the sport, the love of making music, whereas Travis, I don't know, I feel like he wanted to be more famous as a brand, you know, the Nike collabs, the McDonald's collabs, Fortnite collab, etc., the performance of it all, rather than Drake. Like, he just wanted to make hit songs, feel me? And now that Travis is already famous, like, you know, the music ain't the moneymaker, it's the brand collabs and whatnot. Tyler the Creator could be big too, but he's very like weird. I like Tyler, but you get what I'm saying? Like, Drake is like, you know, that light skinned guy. He's you know, everybody can kind of mesh well with Drake, but Tyler's like a huge personality. It's like some people might be rubbed the wrong way, especially if they're, you know, super conservative, and we don't even know if Tyler is, you know, that, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to be a little bit more generic to to appeal to everybody. Bad Bunny is for sure because Latin America and like the whole, I don't know what genre is that, Afrobeat, whatever. He's already doing Drake numbers streams wise, but that's not hip hop, so that doesn't really count. Lil Baby, I think Lil Baby's on his way out. I think he'll still be up top, but like, how long have I been saying the past couple years that Lil Baby sounds the same on every single song? And now people are just catching up. It's like, what y'all were just, not y'all, but they were just catching the hype. Like Lil Baby used to be fire, but like I don't know, man. It's the same flow over and over and over, and I don't get how they didn't get it. I don't get how they didn't understand that. Like, this sound like you're telling me you can tell me the name of that song as opposed to the one you just played. No, they both sound the same. I've never really been into Lil Baby. There are a couple songs where they're cool, but it's really like the beat that catches me. And maybe the flow, but like I can't differentiate the songs. Somebody said Future too. Future's older than Drake, so he's on his way out too. Although I think he'll consistently drop tapes just because it's Future. But Uzi is Baby Pluto, so he's gonna take Future's spot essentially with being a consistent rapper. We'll see though. Uzi hasn't been dropping consistent. Actually, he dropped Red and White last year, so I can't really argue with that. No one can replace Drake. I agree with that. I don't think anyone's going to get Drake's numbers. We keep forgetting too that there's Kanye, but I don't know if Kanye will be taken as seriously as he was with Donda or any project before that, given the whole controversy with the you know what, the elites of the Hollywood, you know. Is there anybody else? Cardi? I'm sorry, but Cardi's too alternative or niche too. Like, I love Cardi, don't get me wrong, but he's not gonna fulfill Drake numbers. It ain't happening. Like, again, you gotta be a little bit more generic. Cardi's not gonna be on a box of Wheaties, y'all. People gonna be offended by all the face paint and I don't know, the lyrics and him dumbing down everything a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He does it on purpose. It's just more, I don't know what you to describe it. Grungy, black core, Tumblr core, whatever it's called. Yachty can make a massive comeback if he finds this new wave. X probably would have been at Drake's, I don't know about Drake's level, but he had streamed like billions of streams on his song, so he was definitely on his way. Juice WRLD could have definitely been on it, but again, with the subject matter of Juice WRLD and the drugs, like, I don't know. Kids wouldn't be listening to Juice WRLD, or at least their parents wouldn't let them listen to Juice WRLD given all of the depression and the drugs. But yeah, Juice WRLD was definitely on his way of competing for sure, like a tier down from Drake. X, I actually think that he could have been up there, but the allegations, it really depends, because at a Drake level, your reputation and your brand definitely plays into factor, not just the music.